is Sally Flower. I'm a professional organiser and home wellness coach from Home Sanctuary.
I'm Jess Roche. I'm the buyer for laundry and storage at Kmart. So right now we're all spending a lot of time in our homes. And one of the biggest projects people are starting, I think, is going through all your closets and all your clothes and trying to get things organized.
I always encourage people to start organising with their clothes first. And the first thing you have to do before you start working on your storage solutions is to take everything out of your cupboard, and you're only putting back things that really make you feel good, that you spark joy and that you love wearing and you're really confident with. And I think you make the best use of the space that you have, and that's why I love this range of storage products, especially because so many of us live in small apartments or we live in spaces where we're sharing. So having a place that we can put things in and know where they are and use them is ideal.
I think that's where these come in really handy. So these are some open wardrobes, so you can actually see everything that you have once you get it all organized. And one of the things that we did when we developed this product is made sure it was all modular. So that really gives you more flexibility. With these, they're all the same height. So if you have more hanging, you might like something that has 2 rails, or if you have a little bit more drawers, if you want to hide away your undies and your bras, for example.
Don't want them on display.
Yes, you don't really want them out on display.
No.
So having some drawer options is really great.
My hot wardrobe tip is always to arrange in the layers of your body. So you would have your skirts and pants at the bottom, and then your blouses and jackets above that.
So my hot tip is a 1 in, 1 out policy. So if you want to bring something new into your wardrobe, you have to think about, what do I need to replace to free up that hanger to bring it into the wardrobe before I purchase it. So accessory storage is also a bit of a pain for some people. I think putting it all into one big dump of a drawer can be a little overwhelming. I love these because you can see what you're looking for quite quickly, and it's all organized.
Yeah, I think put everything that you use most frequently at the front of the drawer and things that you don't use as much at the back. Make sure you can see them, but have the ones you use all the time towards the front.
So I think people often neglect height as well in their closets. So this is still very valuable space up top here. So I've seen this hacked already onto Kmart moms, is that they are using this for shelf dividing for jeans and t-shirts, for handbags, anything that you want to use up top that you want to have access to. We also have dividers for your drawers. So we've used them here for your delicates, but you could also use them for your kitchen, you use them in an office, so they're quite versatile. Shoe storage in homes is also a big bugbear. People don't know what to do with all their shoes. So these are great because they're clear, so you can see what's inside of them, and it's a great option that you can stack and make modular as well. So we know you guys love this item, and we've expanded the range so you have a whole coordinated look for all your storage needs within your wardrobe and outside your wardrobe too.
Sometimes in the professional organizer world, we say, if you can get things in your wardrobe in the dark and you know where it is, you've succeeded.
So we've given you a lot of solutions for the adult bedroom, but now let's head down to the kids' room to see how we can get them also tidied up as well.
Which is always a challenge, but it's always worth it. Here we are down in the kids' room, and I'm really excited to see what storage options we have in play today, because organising kids' rooms can be so hard, but it's really important. So I have brought along a Kmart expert.
Hi, I'm Toby. I'm the furniture and storage designer at Kmart. Let's take a look at some of the new products. The Cube unit is a fan favourite. It's super versatile. It can be used in multiple rooms across the house.
I love it in the kids' room, particularly because the kids can get their own cubes in and out. It means it gives them a sense of their own ownership and their space in the home. In this room, we've put all of our books in the top cube. Then we have a cube dedicated to trucks, crayons, blocks. Sorting by this way enables the kids to know where to put their things back and helps them to find their toys.
Cube unit is really great because you can display your favourite items, or you can hide away all the bits and pieces you don't want to see in one of our great cubes.
I like this new piece.
We're super excited about this one. It's in a really beautiful neutral colour palette, so you can add in pops of colour through toys, books, or the kids' artwork.
And that means you can restyle it as the kid grows. I also like that it's at a kid-friendly height, which means they can get to their socks and their undies and their t-shirts and help themselves get ready in the morning.
They're super lightweight, perfect for playtime.
This trolley is actually designed for the kitchen, but I think it works perfectly for all of those messy toys, like paints and crayons, and you could slide it outside to the messy area and then slide it back into the bedroom where it's stored.
To keep kids' craft tidy, use a storage box like this. It's also perfect for Lego.
My tip is to use these over-the-door storage units in multiple areas in the house. This would work perfectly in a kitchen, a bathroom, and the laundry. Thanks so much for helping us, Toby. Now we're off to organise the laundry. The laundry is in so many ways the workhorse of the home, but it doesn't get the glory that the kitchen does. So Jess, what is new?
So obviously, the first thing you think about when you think about laundry is clean.
Clean, clean, clean.
Clean, clean, clean. So one of the first things that we're really excited about is our new cleaning range. So this is all plant-based formulas. It's also made in Australia.
Wow.
That's great. So plant-based formula makes it better for the environment. And we've got all things dishwashing liquid, laundry liquid, floor cleaning, multi-purpose spray. And then for a little extra, we've got this linen spray.
I love that.
Spray on all your linen and it makes it smell super fresh.
Beautiful.
Love this. Use it all over my house. And then another great item is these biodegradable washcloths.
I love this. You missed a spot. That's really cute.
Yes, so cute. Time to shine.
Oh, yeah, I love
So these are fantastic. They're super absorbent. Pop them in the wash once you're done in the washing machine and use them over and over again, which is great. So it's better than a paper towel for the environment.
Definitely.
And then once you're done with them and they kind of get to the point where they're past their prime, you can actually compost them and they will biodegrade. So
I love that.
Environment.
What about under the sink?
Yeah, under the sink can be a tricky one because it is a tight space. So what I like to do is have everything labeled so I can access it quite easily. I also like clear containers for that purpose as well so I can see what's in them. So we have a great new cleaning range that makes mopping and brooming much easier and more space efficient as well. So you pick a handle and then you pick a mop head or a broom head, stick them together,
Ta-da!
and a solution. So you can store all those things in one little basket, one pull, and you're set.
That's great. That's really space efficient.
So my hot tip is actually a Kmart hack. So if you like to soak things but don't like to get your hands in the yucky water, you can soak them in this combo, remove this one, and let it drain, and that way you don't have to get your hands in all the yucky water. Dirty clothes storage is just as important as clean clothes storage. So a couple new options that we have are our lights and dark sorting hamper, so you can get things sorted out before you even take them to the laundry room. Or if you're taking things to the laundromat, for example, grab this guy, the drawstring, and you're ready to go.
Hi, I'm Amy Taruli, and I'm so excited to be here tonight presenting you the final masterclass for Kmart. Tonight it is all about storage, something that we could all use at home. I'm joined by some amazing experts from our Kmart team. We have Jess and Toby. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. And also we have Sally Flower. Sally is Australia's leading KonMari specialist, and she's also the founder of Home Sanctuary. She will be giving us some amazing tips and inspiration that we can apply at home. So to let you know tonight, our chat window is closed, but don't worry, if you have any questions, please write to us on Facebook. We'll try and get through as many as we can tonight. But if there's any we miss, we will try and get back to you as quick as we can, so keep them coming in. And if you miss any of our masterclass tonight, or you'd like to go back and watch anything from the series, you can find them all tomorrow on the Kmart Masterclass website. So let's get right into it. First up, we're going to look at that great master bedroom. So there was some fantastic storage solutions that we saw in that video. Toby, tell us a little bit about the modular storage that we saw.
Yeah, so as you saw just in the video that Jess and Sally presented, it's such a great concept. The modular open wardrobe system, it's great for renters especially. I've been renting for years, and it's really easily assembled, and if you need to move, you can disassemble it and on your way.
It really allows you to customize your wardrobe, which I love.
Yeah.
And Sally, what I thought was great was how that unit really utilised the top shelf, because that's probably an area, and you would know, in most people's wardrobes that collects dust and is often forgotten.
Yeah, it's definitely an area that people forget about, and we're trying to use all the space really well in our apartments and where we're living, and using the top of the wardrobe is perfect, especially for storing things like bags or those outdoor items that you might not use all the time, hiking and camping gear. It's great to store that up the top.
Fantastic. And Jess, we actually saw some pretty clever dividers. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, so I love to not have big jumbles of things in drawers. So we have some drawer dividers that are new to the range that really allow you to separate out your different things, like we used for our undies and our bras in the video. But you can really use those anywhere in the house. You can use them in your office in drawers, or maybe even in kitchen cabinets as well, in kitchen drawers to separate out like cooking utensils and things like that that you just don't want to have in a big jumble.
Yeah, fantastic. I think that's a really clever trick that we can probably go through all our drawers and declutter, find a space for those.
Yeah.
Now let's have a look at the bottom storage. So Toby, there's some great drawers in that modular unit. What would you suggest that they would be great for?
Now, Sally, I think you might need to jump in here.
I definitely think that drawers are the biggest use in the KonMari method. We love using them all the time. It really allows you to access more space in your apartment. So those small modular drawers are perfect for rolling up things like t-shirts and jumpers, and really maximizing the storage in your apartment and in your wardrobes.
Yeah, that's such a great tip. And Jess, can you tell us a little bit about the one in, one out policy?
Yeah, so I think it's really great to minimize how much you have jammed in your closet, because I think when you're doing laundry and you want to put things away, trying to jam things in your closet, it's never great. So I have the policy of one in, one out. So if I want to buy something new, I have to get rid of something. And my process of that is, if I put something on in the morning and I'm not feeling really great in it, and maybe I've done that 3 or 4 mornings already before,
yeah.
I take that, I fold it up, I put it in the donation box, and I have that ready to go. I don't take anything out of the donation box because it's gone. And then I free up a hanger, so I know the next time I'm shopping, I actually have a hanger that I can use because I've donated something else.
That's such good advice. I'm just going to go and write all of that down because currently I have a 5 in, 1 out policy, so I think I need to reshuffle my thinking on my own wardrobe. Sally, tell us a little bit about the vertical organisation, so tops at the top down to pants and skirts at the bottom.
Yeah, so what I was really meaning by that tip was to really lay your wardrobe like you laid out your body. So you would have all your blouses and your t-shirts and your shirts at the top, and then you would store your trousers and dresses at the bottom, and then ideally under that your shoes. And it just makes it easier to know where things are, so you can quickly grab it and you know where it is. And it makes sure that we use everything we have in our wardrobe rather than keeping those things and only using 1 or 2 things at the very top.
That's such great tips. And Sally, can you talk a little bit more about putting those items that you use the most to the front?
Yes, I was thinking about this today because it's a great way to really use your seasonal wardrobe by having what you're using at the moment at the front. So being winter now, at the front of my wardrobe, I've got all of my big jumpers and my sweaters and my sweatbands because we are in lockdown in Melbourne. And then at the back, I have my summer smaller things. And that way you can really have the things you use at the front and the things you're not using so much at the back. And it makes it much easier to find what you have.
That's fantastic. And when we are talking about, again, those top levels of storage that often we don't use all the time, what are some other ideas that people can think about putting in those spaces, Jess?
Yes, I think to what Sally mentioned, it's all about using the things that you have front and forward, and then storing away. So if it is seasonal items, if it's hats and scarves and things that you like to wear on occasion, those great handbags that maybe you only take out on date nights that you probably aren't having at the moment. So storing those up top so that you can still have access to them, but you don't need to have access to them on a random Tuesday, for example.
Fantastic. And Toby, that modular storage unit really would fit any space, wouldn't it? So it's specifically been designed to, I guess, stack together so you could add more than one, couldn't you?
Exactly. Yeah, so when we design these products, we really think about the customer first. And the great thing about this unit is that it is 2 individual units, and then you can actually attach the pole in between them for extra hanging space, really. And I think another cool idea is to bring some greenery, into the bedroom. You can actually use some of our hanging planters and hang them up there just to bring a bit of
And you can
foliage
also
in.
take it down, right? So if you are moving, you can take it with you. It's easy to pack down.
Exactly, yeah. It's very easy.
I love that you can have it for the full lifetime of the product. You can take it with you and you can move with it. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. And Jess, you were saying the other day you saw someone hack this product.
Yeah, I did. So it's already been hacked. So I saw someone use it in their kitchen. So they'd taken hooks and put that on the garment rail and put pots and pans on those hooks and like an apron. And then on the shelf, they'd put it a microwave and then stored other kitchen items in the drawers below. So I thought, there you go. I didn't even think that was an option whenever we designed that product, but it's fantastic.
Fantastic. Our Kmart clients and customers are so clever, aren't they?
So clever. Learn something new all the time.
Exactly. So let's jump into the kids' bedroom space now. So if we're looking at that space, kids' bedrooms, Sally, are often just a mess, aren't they?
Yes, they are a complete jumble.
So these storage solutions that we saw in the video, I think they're brilliant because they're so handy, but they also look really nice too. And I can imagine them literally in any styled kids' room.
Yeah, what I liked about the really dark matte colours is that you can brighten them up and change them with the child as they grow. So it really allows you to, again, keep that product for a full lifetime and then mix and match colours with it and pops of colour. And some of those ones you can even move around in different spaces in the home.
Exactly. Like that 5 chest of drawers is perfect for a TV unit. It's a great height. It can really be used in multiple rooms in the house.
Yeah.
I love how these pieces are so versatile. They literally could go anywhere. So with those cube storage ideas, Sally, have you got any tips on how we can make them even more organised?
Yeah, so with the cubes, I always am telling my clients and myself you want to make sure that you're organising in categories. So for a kid's room, I think about organising by activity. So you'll put drawing together and building together and reading together, and that's a really good way for kids to know where to get their things. But also you can organise by child, and this works perfectly when you have multiple kids in a space, so they also have their own box, which means they're responsible for their own things, and when it gets full up with items, they know that something has to go before they get their next toy.
That's such a good trick. Again, I'm going to rush off and write all of those down. Now, Jess, we saw some excellent labels there, didn't we?
I love a good label because I'm kind of lazy and I don't like to have to look for things over and over again. I like to know where they are. So in the kids' room, we actually had a little clever hack where we just printed off some clip art online, cut those up and put them onto tags. So it makes it easy for little ones that can't read yet to know where to put their things back. And then also we've put on the other side what the actual word is. So they can learn how to read too at the same time. So love a good label. These are actually made out of some stationary items, so some little tags. We also love the erasable option with the chalkboard labels. So you can take those, put those on, and you don't have to worry about messing up too many times with your own handwriting.
And I guess it's so versatile, so you can literally change it around, can't you? So you can swap and change what's in those, change up the labels, and it's really, the uses are endless.
Exactly, and having something, knowing where to put everything away is part of the whole plan.
Fantastic. Now, Toby, can you talk to us a little bit about the heights of particularly that drawer unit? So has that been specifically designed with kids in mind?
Yeah, it has. I actually don't have kids just yet, but I hang out with a couple of friends who have 2 beautiful young boys, Alex and Will. So I can see how quickly, rooms can become a mess. No offense, boys. But no, it is, yeah, really thinking about the customer, the parents especially.
And I like those modular drawers that kids can get their own things, so they know where to put their clothes away and they know where to get things in the morning. So I really like that you've thought about the kids' height, because the kids can access it and be organised.
Exactly.
So what I'm hearing, guys, is there is no excuse for messy rooms. So now's the perfect time to get into those projects, get everything cleaned up and organised. Now, another key piece that I loved in this series, Sally, was that trolley. So again, another really versatile piece, and fantastic to be able to use it for arts and crafts and wheel it around and move it around the house.
Yeah, I like this particularly because a lot of my clients, and I'm sure a lot of you at home, don't have a dedicated place for the kids to play. And so often they'll play in the living room or outside or even on the front veranda. So it's really great to be able to move the activity to them so they can play and then move the activity back. This also helps to stop the whole home from becoming just a kids' free-for-all play area, and allows you to quickly close up areas that were playtime and go back to being your living room.
That's such a good tip. And what I thought was actually really interesting is the over-the-door storage. So again, just looking at those spaces in our home that we can tidy up and utilise. You know, who would think about using the back of a door for extra storage? That's such a great idea.
Yeah, the back of the door is great. It really allows you to put things that you need to quickly access. So for a kid's room, there are things like the hats and the sunscreen, but it's also nice to display the items that they love. So in the video, we had some beautiful plush toys. So we had them on display because the kids love seeing them, but we can also use it in other areas of the house. So you can also use that in a laundry or a kitchen, and it's great just to maximise the use of your space.
Fantastic. Now we've got an exciting question that's come through from our Facebook. So Emily on Facebook would love to know, Sally, what are your tips on displaying or hanging kids' clothes?
Oh, that's a great one. That's a perfect question. So I love seeing those unique items and unique clothing that kids have brought in that don't want to use all the time. So I could recommend you could hang that on the back of a door. You could put it on the higher shelf that they can't access so you can see it. Because I'm always wanting your wardrobe to be somewhere that sparks joy. So I don't want to have those beautiful kids' pieces that you spent a lot of money on thrown in a cupboard that you can't see. So I recommend hanging it in prime position on display, maybe out of the kids' reach, but definitely get it there so it's going to spark joy and make the room feel beautiful.
That's such a good tip. So why don't we now, change of pace, let's jump into the laundry, a room that's often forgotten about, but it was really exciting to see so many great little tips and tricks in that laundry space. So Jess, tell us about the double tub.
Yeah, so that's a Kmart hack as well. So, you know, if you like to soak things and you don't like to get your hands dirty, this is a great option to put the design tub inside of the bigger tub. You can soak in there, let it sit for a while, and then drain it by itself. So again, I learn something new about my product all the time. This was a great hack.
So clever. And I really loved the light and dark little organisational storage piece
hamper,
in the laundry. That was fantastic.
Yeah, so that's great. I like to sort my laundry too, because it's nothing worse than doing a whole load of laundry, do another one, and then you get to the bottom and you realize that you have 3 black socks that you never washed with everything else.
Yeah.
So it's really great to do the lights at the dark separately, so that yeah, on the washing day it just makes things a lot faster and more efficient.
Fantastic. And again, the label queen, we've seen some great labels in the laundry.
Yes, so we just have a new laundry pack. So these are little stick-on labels. Again, it's great for the under cabinet storage, or the cabinet under the sink, because things can just get shoved into the back. You can't find them. So putting things in containers, labeling them, making it really easy for you to pull those out, take them to the room that you need to use them, and then put them back whenever you're done.
Perfect. And Sally and Toby, we have a question through from Steph on Facebook. What is the best way to store dirty shoes or clothes?
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to get them out of your bedroom, really.
Yeah, ideally you'd have a separate box for them. So if you have a lot of space, you could have them at the front door, at the back door. And if you live in an apartment, it could be in your entrance hall cupboard, or it could be even somewhere like a washroom or a laundry, just so they're a little bit separate and so they do get washed and don't never get worn again.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And Sally, we have another question from Atlanta. How do you get your kids to put the toys back in the cubes?
That is a very good question, because as a child I put my toys away, but I know that a lot of people's kids don't. So you definitely want to make it a fun activity. So you definitely want to have those labels because it makes them know where to put things away. And rather than making it a chore and really nagging them, try and make it a fun activity and reward them at the end of it and really enforce that positive behavior. And I do find that long term, my clients who follow those techniques have those kids who are organized. So make it fun.
Great. And Toby, here's one for you. So this is a question from Tim. Can the storage cubes be used for items outdoors or in a shed, like tools or materials?
The cubes. Yeah, I mean, yes and no to a degree. I think I would suggest using plastic tubs. Really search for the heavy duty plastic things if you're going to use it outside, especially in the shed. Things get knocked around.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think plastic would be better, but there definitely are ways that you could use it in a shed that wouldn't be used a lot, maybe.
Yeah, I guess for some of more of the softer items like masks or things like that in a shed that you might use. But I guess tools and materials can be quite heavy and quite rough, so probably the plastic is the way to go. So we are going to wrap up this series. We have absolutely loved coming to you live in your living rooms. We hope that we have filled you with inspiration across the home. It's been very exciting presenting you the Kmart August range of homewares and storage solutions. So thank you guys. Thank you Jess and Toby for joining us today. And it's been amazing to have you with us too, Sally. Your tips are absolutely fantastic and I'm sure we can all apply those to our homes. So if you've missed anything from today, remember everything will be on kmartmasterclass.com.au from tomorrow. Any questions, make sure you write to us on Facebook. Our team will be there ready to answer them. Thank you so much and we hope to see you in store soon.
All right. I'll tell you the truth.